Hey there, it's Adam Kleger from inVibe, and I'm going to give you a little rundown of the inVibe patient listening platform. So just for context, this is a patient listening solution to collect patient voices pre-study to help co-create protocols, obtain design feedback, improve recruitment and retention. All of our studies, inVibe studies, work the same way. We are full service. We recruit the patients and configure the mixed methods study. Mixed methods meaning both quantitative and qualitative. We collect patient voices via our automated voice response technology. And then we analyze with a combination of AI to make things simple and organized and interpret with our linguistic experts. And most studies work this exact same way. So in this instance, we had a client in Parkinson's disease. We recruited 20 patients with Parkinson's disease who generally met the inclusion-exclusion criteria. Usually our studies are 10, 20. They can be unlimited number of patients, but usually in the 10, 20 range. The patients, once they're in our system, simply listen to a question asked of them, and they respond by simply speaking. And these are the questions that we asked of them in this study. The goal here was to optimize an informed consent document, understand their overall thoughts, see if they understood the purpose, the responsibilities, so then we could optimize that informed consent prior to its approval to ultimately help improve recruitment and retention. So I'll pick a question, let you experience what it sounds like from a patient's perspective.
This study uses a unique design where part of the research occurs at the doctor's office and part takes place at your home.
I won't play the whole thing, but each patient hears the same question asked the same way.
I love that there is a virtual part of this study.
I actually felt like the balance.
I think it's very interesting, the concept of doing.
Because transportation can be challenging for me.
So it's just like leaving a voicemail. The entire patient experience to do an inVibe project takes them 20 to 30 minutes. They do it on their own time. They do it on their own phone. They don't have to download anything. It's an enjoyable experience for patients. And because they can do it on their own, it allows this to be a much more diverse and representative audience. So now that we have all of these voices, the first step is AI can take the first step at summarizing. So, for example, let's just take a question, that question I played you, the decentralized design, and say, hey, what were the key findings? So in real time, AI is summarizing that and summarizing it in a way that a pharmaceutical market researcher or a clinical researcher would understand. Bulleted, concise references to where the verbatims have come from. And we at inVibe are constantly scoring the output from AI to make sure that it's as accurate as possible. But so AI can take that first step at summarizing. If you can have a question or a chat with the AI. If you don't know what you want to ask, you can just let it suggest things. So it's easier than having to ask a question. So on the, what are the barriers to entry? And it's suggesting what patterns emerge in their tolerance risk. So this talks about specifically, hey, they were concerned about lumbar punctures. We're not changing the protocol for the lumbar punctures, but there was a concern that they don't quite understand it, why they are getting it, what it means to them, if there's pain involved, like what type of pain really is this? So it's what we're learning here is, it might not be a deal breaker, but it's something that's going to affect recruitment and retention unless we address that in the informed consent. So AI, there's a lot of great things that we do with AI. We can answer questions, we can have conversations with it, we can sort in different ways, we can have it build mini presentations. But at the end of the day, and summarize, at the end of the day, what our clients are usually looking for is what's the overall bottom line for each question. Like, what do they think about the purpose? What do they think about the design? What do they think of the barriers? And then in most cases, we at inVibe are taking it that next step and summarizing that to make the recommendations. We heard this. Patients in this group generally had these types of concerns. In a more diverse group, they had these types of concerns. And then these are the recommendations that we would make to optimize that particular in this case, informed consent document. So at the end of the day here, what we're showing you is how to listen to patients that are similar to the study's population, easily collect their input, quickly understand their specific challenges, concerns, and then incorporate those responses into how they ultimately experience the trial. Thanks for your time.